Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to explain what I consider is a pro club's meta, what we need to be doing in that regard, and to see if we actually can make a game plan so we can create more opportunities and to avoid certain spots on the field that we shouldn't be relying on too much, that we actually end up going towards, and that ends up costing us quite a bit. For the most part, I've drawn these three lines, these three graphs right here. The blue one, the pink, and the yellow. I'll get to the blue and pink in a bit. But the yellow one is essentially where we need to shoot. Particularly this little section right here, where I drew the white X. We need to shoot right here because this is the best spot where we can try to score a goal. There's no question about it. I'm going to explain to you why. This section is safe enough for us to be in the box, while at the same time it's dangerous for the goalkeeper to try to come out. He can't come out over there. It's way too complicated. It's gonna take him a while. It's gonna push him out. You can chip him over if he does do it. He has no business being inside that little box that I drew. This yellow line, some field patterns are different, so it's not always gonna be like this. But the yellow line represents the penalty dot. Just use the penalty dot. Don't go over the penalty dot. Shoot before you get there. If you shoot too late, chance it's gonna be way harder to score. I've been watching a few ACL videos and our own games. For the most part, we get around this section. There's like three defenders here. Yeah, three defenders and the goalkeeper, and the shot always gets blocked. There's too much going on here. The goalkeeper can come out a bit. He can make himself bigger, so that decreases the angles where he can shoot, and plus he has a couple of bodies that can just prevent us from scoring anything. That's not to say we won't always uh, not score. We can score there. It's just way harder. The sweet spot is just this little section right here. This is the sweet spot that we need to aim the most of our opportunities. Um, Anywhere really in general this season, in fact, from counters, because we like to counter a lot. We like to score a lot from counters. We actually score a lot from counters. I've seen a few passes where we send it and it lands around here. Lands around the penalty box, and we shoot and we score. This happened against Tigres. This happened against Monterrey. VPN Monterrey. It's just a really safe play. Uh, just don't hesitate at all. Take that shot. If the goalkeeper blocks it, it happens. Sometimes they position correctly and they get the block. But for the most part, it's really dangerous, and it lends itself to a lot of goal scoring opportunities that we should be taking more advantage of. Now, there's the blue line and the pink line. So all across in FIFA, there's always the defender line. The defenders always cut off the offsides, no matter where you're at. Some defenders are more aware than others. Some are way more synergized than others, and they have a mean offsides that can't be broken. And some others are just really good at covering their back, so they never let people behind them. But just like there's this section right here, this line where the ball can go out, that and nobody can be on this side. This applies also to these defenders. It's strange, but on FIFA, that's what these two colors are, the blue and the pink. The blue section, the blue rectangle that I drew here, is the safe zone. This is the limit where the defenders are going to stay outside the box. If the ball is in play here, the defenders are always going to be outside the box. Sorry, I don't want to say always because anything can happen. Some defenders suck. They're already inside the box. But for the most part, if we're playing good competitive teams, they're always going to be outside the box. up till this point, up to this section. Our point is to try to send an R1X pass somewhere close by, get in the area, and shoot the ball. That's literally it. I know I make it sound easy, and there's defenders that are really good. And we got to play around that. But we increase our opportunities by staying in the zone, so there's no defenders here blocking our shots. We always keep this thing open. We always keep this whole goalkeeper section open, but for the most part we focus right here in the middle, outside of the penalty line. Now that's just the blue section. The blue section means the defenders for the most part are going to be outside of the area. The pink section is if the ball's here, if the ball makes its way into the pink section, the other rectangle on the field, right outside the box. I mean, you can tell by the pink section. Just look at the half circle. Half of it is, in the pink section. So just do the math. There's this much space left. The pink section, when the ball's here, defenders start transitioning back into the area. When the ball's in play over here, everybody is also in play. All the defenders can go up. They like to be on the edge just in case. They don't like people to make runs. But the defenders can go up and they can pressure you while the CDMs try to take the ball and the winger tries to take the ball. But that's where it gets interesting, because if the ball is in the pink section, the defenders have to mark people running. The defenders have to get the guys that are making runs, because if the guys get behind them and they don't follow the run, that's an easy lob pass. That's an easy through ball. They're screwed, and that's a good shot. If the ball's in play and they send it over, they send it here, that's a good chance. That's why they're forced to go back into the area where they can't be aggressive. They can't tackle you because they could risk a penalty. They could risk a red card. They can only block the shot. At that point, they're really vulnerable because all they can do is be a body, so they can attempt to not let you score. And the only ones that can be aggressive are any CDMs in there that can try to get the ball away from you, knock you off balance. No one's going to tackle you. They're just going to run up to you to block the shot. That's literally it. Don't think too much of it. There's no tackling involved once you're inside the area. There's no tackling. No one does that. They're fucking nuts if they do it. They can rush your ass. They can rush your ass if you take too long with the ball in the pink section or inside the yellow section. Like, yeah, you might need to do a fake shot. You might need to do a skill move to get rid of some people. But if you take too long, you're just going to waste the opportunity. As soon as you get this ball inside here, take the shot. Just take the fucking shot, and let's move on to the next play if we can. So we have a habit, and everybody fucking does it. Everyone's included in this, where we make runs into the area, into the sides. The sides suck so much. Like, we need to stop doing this completely. There is an exception, and I'll explain it right now. But if we're taking too long and defenders are already here with the goalkeeper standing by because the ball's in play, the ball's like right here. Keep in mind, wherever the ball is, for the most part, the defenders are going to be like on the offsides line of it. So say defenders are here. You can't cross this ball. You can't cross it because the short guys, we're all short, man. We're all short in attack. We're like 5'4", 5'6". All the defenders are damn 6 feet tall. They're always going to win it. They're always going to win headers. It's impossible. Let's not waste an opportunity by doing something we know is not really going to work out. There is one exception to all this, to the crossing, that I've been looking from different various matches. That one exception is also the yellow box again. I've seen some players, they even did this against us. I think it was Pumas and Tigres. where they cross it, just regular cross or R1X. They cross it into the section, and the guy has an open shot. One of them scored that shit on us, but either the little section or right here, either or. They cross it outside the box, right outside the box, or they cross it right outside the penalty box, the penalty dot. Sorry. That's a really dangerous play. You don't want to send the ball through various defenders. You want to send it where they're not. You want to send it where they're caught off guard and they have to run back in. Because when they have to run back in, once they have to cover, again, they have to reposition to get back in because the ball's like over here. You can either take a shot or you can have someone make a run. Since they're going to be running forward, you can beat them. You can beat their offsides. Since they're too busy repositioning and focusing on where the ball is, because hey, this section, this is all danger. This is danger for them. They need to get the ball back. They need to block the shot. They stop. They lose focus on people making runs. And that's the only exception I think we should allow for anybody to be on the side. If you're on the side, if I cross you the ball, you receive it here, just get rid of it. Get rid of it fast over here, over here. Don't fucking dribble. Don't waste your time and then cross it. It's not gonna fucking work. It never fucking works. We've played so many games and we always do that shit, and we end up losing the ball and they make counters on us. It fucking sucks. I think I explained it pretty well. I'm gonna make a second part with just examples of all these things I'm talking about. Oh, so I don't even know if I talked about it at the beginning, but I'll just say it again. The penalty box line, that's this yellow line. We try to shoot the ball before we get to the dot. The rest of all this is goalkeeper territory. The goalkeeper has an easier time running over here to decrease your chance of shooting the ball. He can intercept it way easier than if we shot it from this section. It's going to cost him a lot. But if we get inside the box, they always naturally run in to cut you off. So that's why we should avoid this little section that belongs to the goalkeeper. Respect that shit and just try to make as many shots here. There's these little sections right here that I haven't talked about. These kind of suck shooting because it takes too long for the ball to get there. But the only exception would be if you're open, you have an open shot, just try to finesse it over. That might work way better than just a regular shot, but it's still improbable.